We are live. We live there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Hardwood Homies. Thanks for joining us. And I'm Trenton DeRocher.
I'm Jacob Owens.
And that was the best intro of all time. So
that was not the worst, but it was oddly formal. It was cute. But yeah, it was cute.
All right.
We had kind of a cute week, eh?
We did. There's a lot of interesting stuff that happened this week.
Yeah, probably biggest. There was a buzzer beater, and we saw this live.
Yeah.
Tennessee was at Vanderbilt, probably the weirdest court in all of college basketball.
Yeah, debatably. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It's just strange because there's like so much room between the sidelines and stuff, and then like
and the benches are on
the benches
under
are
the
on
baskets.
under the baskets. Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've never been very good, so there's not much of a reason to watch them if you.
Yeah.
So most people haven't really seen it. I've seen it before, and I kind of recognized it afterwards. But if I just had thought about it before that game, I would never have remembered that it was weird like that. But
yeah, no, exactly. And the reason why Vanderbilt matters at all is because they were 11-12. They beat number 6 Tennessee, 3-pointer at the buzzer. Quite the shot. I mean, wide open three from the corner. But,
right. Quite the pass, honestly.
Yeah, drove. Oh, I got a pick and roll at the top.
Yeah, it was kind of supposed to be a little like dribble exchange between him and the center or whatever, and the guy came off of it downhill, attacked hard, and swung it around to the corner, and the guy hit the three. At first, we didn't know if he got it off in time.
No,
so it was kind of.
I didn't think he did.
Yeah, it was really debatable, but.
Yeah, Tyron Lawrence is the hero's name. Now they're 500. Their season, kind of a waste of a season, but they have something to celebrate about.
For sure.
Yeah, Tennessee. Well, there you go. That's kind of the story of Tennessee. Good team.
Yeah, good team. Really good defensive team. A lot of good players, but sometimes they just can't score. I don't know.
Yeah.
They did score in that game, though. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't
66-65 or
it wasn't like super low scoring. Like they played Auburn over the weekend, and it was 46-43 or something. So
just if you're a fan of them, have fun, enjoy the suffering, and hopefully you guys get bounced early in March.
Wow.
So yeah, we like that.
No love for the Volunteers.
Definitely not.
Good old Rocky Top.
God help us. Kansas beat number 5 Texas. Kansas is number 9. That's kind of another big game that happened.
Yeah, I actually came away pretty impressed with Texas in that game, to be completely honest. Kansas was rolling early, and the crowd was going nuts, and they were able to kind of sneak their way back into it. Tied it up in the second half, but didn't quite have enough in the tank to finish it. But, yeah, I don't know. Good performance by both teams. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, Texas is without their head coach because domestic violence stuff. And, they're doing this with, the associate head coach, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of impressive, too. I mean, you have the same team. I just find that cool that you can get a hold of a locker room. And, Texas, they're another team that likes to not do much in the tournament, but this might be a good year.
Yeah, certainly could be. They got good guards. I know the announcer that was watching them play the other day was saying that they just take horrible shots and that Tyrese Hunter's trash. And boy, he was really bashing them. What game? That was during the Iowa State
West Virginia game we've seen in a while.
Yeah, that one was weird.
Yeah, Iowa State, West Virginia. West Virginia's an okay team.
I guess,
we've seen them, but
I feel like the best way to describe that game is just both teams taking turns fouling and turning it over.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it was.
It's just chaos.
Some very poor officiating, I thought. There were some really bad calls both ways.
Really sloppy game. It's, I don't know, one of those games, I mean, if you're not a fan, there's no reason to watch. You're just kind of making yourself suffer, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
Yeah, but it was good entertainment.
It was entertaining. Yeah.
In a bad way.
It was close. It was just a close game.
And who was the guy on Iowa State?
Oh, Lipsy.
I
don't know his first
name. He had a special possession, I should say.
He had a couple special possessions. He actually didn't play bad in the game. Like we didn't watch the first half. He actually did really well in the first half, allegedly. And then we watched the second half, and he can't even dribble a basketball. So it was kind of like,
yeah, to be brutally honest, there was a possession where he reminded me of like playing JV or maybe varsity, but like kind of this really hesitant play, not too confident with the ball. Then like you're looking to give it away to someone, and it was just kind of bizarre to watch because that's
it
not
was
what you
one of
see.
the worst college basketball possessions you'd ever see.
Yeah, and this is actually like a decent player too, which was the weird part.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of some terrible entertainment. And your team actually a notable win against
Miami?
Duke. Yeah.
It was a great game. That was really fun to watch. We actually had 9 dunks in the game, which I don't remember exactly what the stat was, but I think it's only ever happened to Duke like twice in the last 30 years that the team has had that many dunks or something.
Jeez.
They were saying something about it, but yeah, it was kind of a beatdown, to be honest. I thought Duke would respond in the second half, being Duke. You would think that they would have a sense of pride, but they didn't. They just got smoked and rolled over, kind of.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of the story of this year with the Blue Bloods. You have like Kentucky, North Carolina are on the bubble right now, according to the big bracketologist. I guess that's a job, but Joe Lenardi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Duke, I mean, they're not on the bubble, but none of those teams really should be a threat in March based on what we've seen. I'm not saying North Carolina did this last year and then they
you just never know.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
You hope they all do bad too. That's kind of the theme of the episode here, but
we're just hoping everyone does poorly.
We just have to hope for the good guys to win and not the bad guys. So yeah, that is life. Trying to think of anything.
I was going to bring up St. Mary's. They had a pretty crazy weekend too. One of the bigger, stories of the week was St. Mary's at home against Gonzaga. Huge game. I think they won in overtime.
Yeah,
and then last night they ended up losing in overtime to Loyola Marymount. Pretty big upset. And now Loyola Marymount has wins at the Kennel against Gonzaga and home against St. Mary's, the two best teams in the
tournament, win the conference tournament maybe?
I know Gonzaga goes there this week at some point, so I don't know.
If
they win again, I mean,
what is their record?
I think they were like, what were they, like 16-9?
Not terrible.
Something like that. 17-9 maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was just an interesting weekend for St. Mary's. Just a really big high and then a bad low because they were winning the whole game, and then Loyola came back, forced overtime, and then they ended up losing. So
yeah, well, another fan base having some fun. They've been good for a while though. Like that's the thing. They finally beat Gonzaga. I feel like most years, maybe they've beaten them I think last year they actually did, but like for many years it was like, this is Gonzaga's big test. It would be a sellout. ESPN comes and then they lose.
Yeah.
Then they get it done this year and then they lose to a good team, but relatively speaking, a nobody.
Right.
So
yeah, and St. Mary's had been having, I want to say, kind of a quiet season before, like the last week or two. Like I had heard nothing about them.
Yeah.
But then I find out that they're ranked like 7th in the net.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is bizarre to me. I was like, yeah, maybe they're a top 20 team or something. And then I, see
that rankings, that proves that they're terrible.
No kidding.
No, but that is true. St. Mary's, I mean, I was going to make a joke about how I just refuse to not listen to anything about them.
Mm-hmm.
But, they are a good team. I feel like this is like every team, but they could do something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a weird week. I don't even know how you come away with it. Like as a coach or a fan, anyone, like how do you view that?
I don't know. Yeah.
It's not really.
I think overall, I guess it's still a win because you probably go into that thinking, let's split these 2 games. And they did, so I don't know. And
the other team has beat Gonzaga. It's not like you're the only team
they're not bad.
Upset.
It's on the road. So. I mean, it's probably not the worst loss.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think they're still a 5 seed right now projected, so hanging around.
Yeah. But we got a comment from Zach. I don't know if Krisa is a good guy. It's no question mark, but I guess. I love the
It's
U
not a
of
question,
A,
it's a
but I
statement.
can't stand him. Well, it's like unsure. I don't know if he's a good guy.
No, it's like, I don't know if he's a good guy. However, he loves the University of Arizona, but he can't stand him.
That's fair. As the announcers say, like every game.
I'm on your side, but this is how I would put it. Yeah. I don't know if Arizona is good guys, but man, do I hate Krisa.
As an Arizona fan, I agree with what Zach's saying. Yes, I am cheering for the good guys. I'm not going to call Kreese a bad guy. He's a cocky player. Let's not get call him a bad guy. No, he's no Christian Laettner or something. Nice, but yeah, who knows,
fella?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not. Who knows either way? But yeah, as a player, he's someone you're
the arrogant.
He likes to talk. Fella. Yeah, not even
a bit showy at times.
Yeah,
more to put it lightly.
Yeah. You're being really restrained here.
I know.
I'm surprised.
I bashed him so bad last year that I don't have the heart to do it anymore.
That's fine. You can only put up with it for so long. Like they always say, Arizona fan, if he's one of those guys, if he's not on your team, you hate him. But I don't think even there's Arizona fans, including me, that are like, he's a solid player. I wish he wouldn't do all the antics, but can't control that. He's giving Patrick Beverley vibes. Maybe, except defensively, he's not going to lock anyone up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, kind of a mouthy.
He's probably a better basketball player than Patrick Beverley.
Yeah. I don't even know. Beverly's
weird. I don't like him either.
He's just a personality.
I like him less than I like Kreisa, I'll tell you that.
Okay. Jeez, like a confessional. Okay. I don't even know how we get away from Kreisa now.
Anyway, we're gonna do a new thing here, right? We want to get into that.
One thing I just want to bring up is this week the NCAA, they have positional awards.
Oh, yeah, you did want to talk about that.
Yeah, not much, but they the top 10 in every position.
Mm-hmm.
So they I guess 50 players. I'm not going to list all the names, but a few things. Kansas State, Arizona, Miami, the teams are together. I found that weird, but they both have, all three of them have two players that made that are in these, the top 10 of their position, according to these
Kansas
awards.
State, Miami, and who?
Arizona.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you probably had, what, Tubelis and
Ballo? Yeah, I was surprised about Ballo.
So we had O'Meara and Wong?
Exactly. Yeah, you did.
And then Kansas State, Keontae Johnson and Noel?
Yes. Yep. You're on the
Look at that.
Jeez.
Look at that.
They didn't even practice that or anything. Jeez, nice. And then this kind of shocked me. Oh, and I guess I should say Baylor also had two. They had two in the Jerry West, the shooting guard award, Flagler and their freshman George.
Keontae George.
Yeah. Xavier had three players, which I kind of found shocking, to be honest. They're
the
only
offensive
team with three.
Team. I don't know.
When
you put up stats like that, you're bound to get some guys that at least look really good on paper. I don't know.
That is true. No, and they're a really good team. I'm just shocked out of every team in the country. They're the team with three.
Right.
They have the Frenchman. No, he's probably not French. Who knows?
Soule.
Yeah. Soule. Boom.
We love Soule.
Who else they got? Colby Jones and Jack Nunge, which I don't even think
he's a big guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like a power forward or something. What do they even – is he considered
I think he's for the I guess he's considered a center.
Oh, he is?
He's up for the Kareem Award. So, their power forward is out for a month. I don't think we mentioned that before, but Zach Fremantle, who really impressed me when they knocked off UConn, he's out as of late January with a left foot injury. So, I mean, let's see how Xavier does without one of their best players. That's something.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, that's all on the awards. I just found that interesting.
Yeah, no, that is interesting.
You can glean a little bit.
I'm actually surprised that they gave Miami two of them.
I was surprised about O'Meara, but I feel like I'm just kind of clueless.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's averaging, 15 and 10 probably? Close to that.
To me, he's just a guy in Miami that I know is a solid player.
The guy is 6'7", and he is, of people that are his height or less, he's averaging nearly twice the amount like rebound percentage of anyone. I saw a stat the other day, and I was like, that is unbelievable. They like made a chart that graphs rebounding percentages for people that are 6'7" or less.
Okay. And
he is so far in front of everyone in terms of it that he's not even like in the window.
Yeah, he's barely on the graph.
Like
I remember.
He's incredible. He just works so hard.
Yeah, I know. You like the comment you left on that tweet was like, I was like, this is the first time I've seen you be like a fanboy over like the basketball team.
Yeah. Well, I've
kind of cute.
I don't know.
Huh? Yeah, cute,
you got to give the guy his props.
I know, but you were like gushing over him, like, he works so hard. I don't know what you said. It was really.
I think I said he rebounds harder than anyone I've ever watched at Miami.
Yeah. And I was like, geez.
Which is true.
Salivating over him.
That's not salivating.
Yeah, it is.
It's just a fact.
And it was on Twitter. So what do you say, like, when you're not in a public space? Anyway, let's get away from that. Let's start the new segment.
Yeah, new segment. All right. Starting now, we're gonna pick 10 games, the best 10 games. I don't know if they are the actual 10 best, but ones that I picked. 10 of the best. No. 10 of the best. Yes. Games for the next week. Jacob and I are going to make our picks for the games. We're just going to keep track. Little friendly competition to see who picks more games correctly.
Yeah, exactly. And we can come up with stakes if people want to come up with stakes. Leave them in the comments. We can figure that out as we go.
Has to sleep outside for the rest of the semester.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but we can do something. We can make. By next episode, we'll come up with something if no one has, like, you know, you should do this. But, yes, someone will be punished terribly for this.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, first game I got here is UConn at Creighton on Saturday.
Okay, real quick, just some background on this game. Creighton started out really good. Then they kind of injuries, and now they've won 7 in a row.
Very similar teams, actually. Both started hot, struggled, and then they're kind of back to looking pretty good again.
Yeah, UConn lost 6 of 8, and since then they have not lost.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
Those are their 6 losses on the season. They all came in at like 8-game stretch.
I do like that comment. You want to read that?
Yeah.
From Zach?
Zach says, loser has to wear merch from a team they can't stand.
I kind of like that. It's not bad.
I mean, yeah, you'd have to give me, like, if it's me, you have to give me, like, a Duke stuff. Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be like,
yeah.
But, yeah, that isn't a bad idea.
I'd have to wear Grizz stuff. As I go to the university.
As he goes to the university.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I didn't even pick the game. I just
make your pick, Jake.
Kind of tough. It's at Creighton. That's worth taking into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a rubber match because you have two teams trending up. Like the one that wins, I would say just watch out. They might be, coasting to March. You know what? I'll just take the home team. I feel like it's kind of a coin flip for me.
I'm glad you did that. I was wondering if we were going to pick the same ones because I'm going to go UConn. So,
yeah, that's not. They have a better front.
So we're at least here. Let me just write that down over here.
Yeah. He's taking for anyone just tuning in. We're just a new segment each week. We're picking 10 games. We each pick who's going to win. Loser when the season ends is going to be punished. So
somehow,
yeah.
Or winner rewarded.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe we can make it a positive thing.
Exactly.
Maybe both.
Positive reinforcement.
Maybe both.
Always a good thing. Moving on.
Well, this is a true coin flip.
Baylor at TCU, also on Saturday. A lot of pretty good games on Saturday, actually.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going with Baylor. TCU, good team, but I feel like they've underperformed this year. They're kind of back to where they started the season, roughly, maybe a little lower, but I think Baylor's going to surprise people. And they're
I actually am with you on that one. I'm also going to go Baylor. I think their guards have really started to figure it out and work together. They just got Jonathan Chachua back.
Oh, yes. I'm glad.
And he's a stud on defense, and they've been playing really well. So Baylor for both of us there.
That's a huge, like when he went out last year, that was a huge loss. Mm-hmm. But now it's just kind of a quiet, like, oh, he's back. It's like, no, that's a big deal.
Yeah. Moving out west here, UCLA at Oregon.
And as John Rothstein said, this weekend may decide Oregon's like fate of getting in the tournament. So they beat USC last night by 18, but this is a game that like really matters. You have the number what is it? UCLA is like
7, I think.
Yeah, 17, and they're at home. Really big game. Am I going first?
Do you want me to go first? You went first last two. I'll go first.
Yeah, I know who I'm picking.
I'm gonna go UCLA. I think Oregon at home. I think they have a really good shot, but I think UCLA is gonna take care of the basketball. They're gonna run efficient offense, play good defense. I think UCLA is just better, and I think they can get it done on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the same thing. UCLA is letting opponents, they're allowing about 56 a game. Oregon's at 69 a game. Like, Oregon's scoring more on average, but defense tends to travel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a game where it's going to be on everyone's lookout, but honestly, if UCLA just plays decent, they should win. Oregon's
I think it'll
be
pretty low scoring.
Yeah, UCLA would like that. So
yeah, I could see it being slow pace. Tiger Campbell making shots. Hawkes.
You get some offensive rebounds.
Yeah, getting it done on the inside. Yep, I think UCLA will win that one. Okay. Although I think Oregon's got a great shot too. I'm definitely not writing them off. So.
Oh no, Oregon's no scrub, but they've been a bit all over the place this season. Like, let's not just pretend they're on fire the last month. No, they're not. They're kind of confused.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And they have been trending up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But they started the season like pitiful.
Yeah, they lost everyone they played like the first couple weeks.
Yeah.
Alabama at Tennessee. That'll be on Wednesday.
A lot of these are tough.
Yeah, they're all.
Alabama, right after I praised them and was acting like they were going to win the whole thing, they got exposed by Oklahoma.
Got smoked, yeah.
So they're number 2 in the country. Tennessee will probably be top 10 still.
Tennessee coming off of a bad loss.
You know what I say about good teams that lose?
You do.
You never want to play a good team that loses. That's Jacob's law. You can call it that.
Jacob's law.
See, I was about to go.
Are you going to follow it? Is
theory.
it Jacob's law or is it Jacob's theory?
I was about to break it. No, let's make it a law.
It's a law?
I have to now that I said that. I was actually tempted to pick Alabama.
I'm going to go Alabama. So
I think that's a good pick. But yeah, let's see. Tennessee.
Alabama.
This is theory based.
Tennessee's a good defense, but Alabama can score with the best of them.
That is true.
I'll go Alabama.
Alabama
they looked really good against Florida just the other night too.
The road environment's not going to bother them. They went to Houston and gave them their first loss of the year. So I mean, it's hard for me to swallow.
I mean, there's a reason why they're both in the top 10. I mean, that's going to be a heck of a game.
Yeah, should be good.
Xavier at Marquette.
Didn't Marquette just blow someone out this week?
Marquette got smoked by
They
UConn.
got smoked. Ooh.
UConn beat up Marquette a little bit.
Okay. I don't know much about Marquette. I'm not going to pretend.
That's not a Jacob's law, though, because it's not like a bad loss, right? No. Or is it? Is that how that works? You can't just have every team.
No, I can't do it. Only if I respect them a bunch.
We have to rework the law.
Yeah.
Look into it.
I'm ignorant about Marquette. I'm not going to start pretending I know a ton about the team. I know Xavier's really good, but Xavier has, I don't know, one of the – wait, do they?
They have,
they don't have
3 of the best players in the country.
No, I was thinking they have a big game versus UConn, but I'm thinking UConn Creighton.
Yeah. Creighton also plays Providence. I did put that one on here. We'll get to that one later.
Big East. This is kind of I got to go with Xavier. I know who they have. I know they're a good team. I'm not going to pick Marquette and just bet on a team I don't know much about. I think that's stupid.
Yeah. Road environment at Marquette probably will be pretty tough, but I'll go Xavier too. So.
And it's tough though. That injury makes me think Xavier's kind of weakened. That's a game Marquette you better get, I feel like. But yeah, I got to go with Xavier.
Yeah, and actually right now I think they're 1-2 in the Big East. So that could be really big for deciding the Big East regular season title.
Marquette's kind of like the forgotten. They're kind of like really forgotten. The ACC, I feel like. They're kind of under the radar.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. This next one, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, Indiana at Northwestern.
Not picking Northwestern.
Northwestern's a good feel-good story. They played well this season. So
interesting account is watching us now. Indiana. Okay, overrated team, but they're trending up. I think Northwestern is good. That's why this game matters because Northwestern is relevant again.
Northwestern is second in the Big Ten still, right?
Yeah, but if they win this game, you prove it to me. Otherwise, no, Indiana's going to go in there, get more street cred. And,
I think that if Northwestern hadn't kind of just started getting the attention they did, then maybe they could sneak up on them and beat them. But I think Indiana knows that it's a really big game for them, and I think they're going to come in and try to steal their thunder a little bit.
Exactly.
Indiana's hot. Going with the Hoosiers.
That's a good,
Couple Indianas there.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick against them. They can prove me wrong if they want, but who's next?
TCU at Iowa State.
Oh, not Iowa State again. They're a good team, though. They're 11.
A bizarre team.
They're 11, but they did not look good the other night.
I talked them up last podcast, too.
You did, yeah. I'll let you go first because I need time to think.
Yeah. This is a bizarre one. I think I'm gonna go Iowa State. Okay. They, for whatever reason, are so good at home, and it's pretty crazy. They played Kansas, like a week or so ago.
Saturday,
and they really look the part at home because they just look like you can't score on them. Yeah. And then I don't know. They make shots at home. Apparently they don't make shots on the road, but they make shots at home, and their defense looks ridiculous. So I'm going to go Iowa State at home.
Okay, good. Actually, we have another difference of opinion here. So based on my earlier thing, TCU is going to lose at home to Baylor. If that happens, a good team loses, so you don't want to play them. So they are going to win on the road. I don't know, just the chaos of the Big 12, people beating each other up.
Yeah, Big 12 on the road is tough,
TCU, and it's more than just, this theory. Like, TCU is a really good team. Should be a good game, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Put little hometown cooking here.
No, it's a big game.
Miami at North Carolina.
North Carolina's on the bubble. Miami's trying to move up in the seeding. It's a game that matters.
On the road. North Carolina is reeling right now, too. They need this win so bad. And given Miami's history of being in close games, I would say, this game could be really close if I were a betting man.
Well, that's the thing. If Miami, assuming they don't blow it this weekend to Louisville, if Miami were to win, because they've had a big stretch here, if they were to win all those, they would be I don't know if they would get the respect nationally, but they would be a very dangerous team, someone I would not want to see whatsoever. But I don't know. I'm just going to go with North Carolina. They're at home. They need it. If they don't get this, they're kind of dead in the water.
I honestly, my brain is actually telling me to pick North Carolina too, but, you can't pick against your heart. And we're gonna go with the Canes. I don't know how confident I feel. I don't know if North Carolina is gonna lose 3-4 in a row.
That's tough.
I guess they play Saturday too. They play Clemson at home before they play.
They have a terrible stretch.
So, that game also could be on here too, if we're being honest. But
can't have them all. But honestly, if I were, this was a game where I think it's logical to pick Miami because they're kind of red hot at the moment. I just can't. But no, I don't think that's a bad pick.
No, I could see it going either way. Like I said, we've played so many close games that it just comes down to you could throw out the first 18 minutes of the game and just flip a coin or the 18 minutes of the second half and then just flip a coin for who's going to win. I feel like because every single game will probably be up about 10 with 5-6 minutes to go, and they'll get it to about 6 and then 4, and then it'll stay there, and then we'll have to make some free throws or something late. We'll probably miss, and they'll have a shot at the buzzer, and then there's your coin flip. Is it going to go in or not?
Lovely.
I don't know. That's every game for us, except for Duke. So
that was
nice. Good. Yeah, at home. On the road, I guess, is a better. Put that at home. We've been good. We are undefeated at home.
Oh, yeah, you said that. I'm not surprised at that, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. You got it.
Creighton at Providence. Creighton again.
The Big
Providence is another team that's like Marquette kind of.
Yeah.
I haven't, I don't know if they're doing it for me.
No, they were, last year they were like the luckiest team in America, some people were saying. Yeah. Which was kind of true. This year, I don't. That's tough.
It's the American dream.
See, I picked Creighton.
You picked Creighton in the first one against UConn.
So, like, if I pick them here, they're just like,
yeah,
look out, they're going straight up. No, I'm gonna pick. It is at Providence, so that's tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in front of you. I'm gonna pick Creighton. I picked UConn in the first game. I think Creighton is gonna lose to UConn and bounce back with a big road win. So I'm going Creighton.
Good, because I was gonna pick them, and then I just changed my mind last second. Providence.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think Creighton's good, and they came in good. I get that, but I also think there's a reason. I'm not okay. People were acting like the only reason they were losing was injuries, and no, they have some weaknesses, to put it mildly. So even if they get a big win, they'll probably disappoint.
Yeah.
So yeah, Providence, have fun, party after that game.
All right, Ned Cooley, the American Dream. Exactly. And last but not least, we got Alabama at Auburn. Alabama again, on the road again.
I'm going to be a psychopath here. I think this will not happen. Alabama's going to lose 2 big games in a row. Auburn, this is a scary game. Yeah, it's a rivalry game. Auburn's been ranked off and on. They've been a little disappointing, but they're not a bad team. Alabama, we know they're a good team, but we also know they're on the road. Let's just see Auburn pull something off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if they're not going to lose to Tennessee at home, they're not going to lose to Auburn. I'm going Alabama again. So
it's logical. I have a feeling those two will go.
I don't know. We've seen them on the road against Oklahoma. We saw that game.
Yeah.
They got absolutely pounded. So the thing is Oklahoma kind of did it to them inside with size. Auburn doesn't really have any sort of interior game whatsoever that I'm familiar with.
No.
With Kessler and Jabari Smith
gone to them.
Tennessee, however,
some.
A little inside
crazy,
presence, but it's more about their defense in that game.
Yeah.
Will they be able to hold Brandon Miller in check? Who knows? To be determined.
Oh, one thing, just a sad kind of funeral announcement. Is that what they call them? Funeral notice? Okay, anyway, funeral notice. Yeah, we'll go with that. So the Pac-12 is dead.
I thought you were going to get serious with some actual person that died or something.
No.
I was waiting for I don't know, some celebrity or something. I don't know.
That's like that internet
former player or something.
No, we're not. We're not going to depress people. But this is depressing news, actually. It is very serious. The Pac-12. Okay, anyone that's been watching or knows, I'm a huge Pac-12 fan because I like Arizona.
It all goes hand in hand.
Yeah, it does. And anyone also knows UCLA, USC are losing the conference. This is not like a year-old take. No, the reason I say they're dead is because they're losing 2 of their best schools, and there was a report by The Athletic that came out this week where the new commissioner, wanted to get over $40 million a school in a new TV deal. They wanted some stabilization. Hey, we're still okay.
Committed,
Yeah. Well, they're not. They can't get a good deal. They're not going to get even close to over $40 million from this source in this article.
Mm-hmm.
And they might just go to Amazon, rely on streaming. The conference is just screwed. If you're Arizona, I don't want them to do this because I love the Pac-12, but you probably have to abandon ship, go to the Big 12. It's just going to be the conference isn't going to go away, but it's going to pretty much, it's not a Power 5.
It's going to be, combined with the Mountain West probably.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's depressing, but I mean, it's the reality. We have to accept the hard things in life.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you guys should have tried to pick up Houston or,
he should have.
I don't even
Gonzaga?
know.
Yeah, they don't have a football team.
Gonzaga,
just pick them.
Who cares? Why does it matter? Well, I guess it does. But
well, the Pac-12 is very picky. They kind of did this to themselves because they try to be a pretty high academic conference, and then they weren't allowing religious schools. But now when the going gets tough, there's talk of SMU joining.
Oh, okay.
So you get desperate, and then it's we're not going to be picking out. Well, yeah, you don't have anyone to pick from. So.
You would think there'd be more schools in California.
Yeah, but
to be honest,
they're just not you mean big schools?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Florida has like 4 schools that are all pretty relevant in sports. They got Miami, they got Florida State, they got UCF, and they got Florida. Also, and UCF, I mean, they're not necessarily huge, but even 3 in Florida compared to like just the 2.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Stanford, I guess, kind of counts.
Yeah.
Cal.
Big count. Yeah.
Maybe that's a bad comparison because I guess they do have more than you'd think about. But.
No, I mean, I thought of those, but I could still see an argument that they would have another, maybe a 5th big school or something.
This is just random thoughts going through my head now at this point, which is normal. That's normally what goes on. So.
And one thing, to be fair, the ACC is, we also need to torch the Big Ten a bit. But the ACC is actually doing pretty good this year.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? How many bids did they already have?
7 right now.
Okay.
I think. I haven't checked since Wednesday or whatever. But
okay.
Yeah, 7 right now. 8 for the Big Ten, 8 for the Big 12, 7 for the ACC. And I think the Big East was 6.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
As I told you, even if the Pac-12 was pretty good, which they're not.
Pac-12 might get 4.
Yeah, but I don't think we'd ever get as many as we should, but this isn't about that. The Pac-12 is not that good this year. They might get 4, yes, but they didn't do their job early on.
Right, yeah. I was looking at Utah and Oregon from early in the year. Their non-conference was both brutal.
Oregon made you think.
Like Utah didn't lose a bunch of games, but they didn't play anybody good at all.
I think they have a new coach. They're doing pretty good, relatively speaking, but the fact that they're even in consideration is good. But for them to be one of the conferences last hopes is kind of scary.
Yeah. So you got Arizona State has a chance.
They're trying to play their way out
Oregon
of
has
the
a chance. And then you've got, I guess, just USC. I don't know what's going on with them. And then
they'll make the tournament.
Arizona and UCLA. I mean, they could get 5 feasibly.
Yeah. There would have to be Arizona would have to take some beatings, I believe.
Yeah, probably. Oregon would have to beat UCLA. Arizona State would have. Do they play you again, or did you already play them twice? I don't know.
We did play them twice. No, I don't think we have actually. I don't know. They're forgettable. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The Big Ten. The namesake of the episode.
The name of the episode. I was just thinking about Homie gives a eulogy for the new title.
But, can we change it?
I mean, yeah, we could.
Okay, let's just change it. I mean, we kind of have expressed how we feel about the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean,
they're overrated.
They are.
They're not going to show up. Well, they never do. Maybe they will, but that.
I was going to transition into this when we talked about the net, how Ohio State is still a quad 1 win, even though they're the worst team.
Someone just beat them and they were praising
Northwestern.
it. Yeah, okay, that's not a good win. That's okay.
I don't know if I'd say it's not a good win. It's not a quad 1 win.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying it's you should easily beat them, but it's not a win to celebrate. It's you got the job.
You celebrate every win, Jacob. Come
on. No, not if you're a champion.
Northwestern's not a champion. I'm speaking from Northwestern's perspective. They've made the NCAA tournament once in the history
I'm happy
of their
for them. I'm happy for them. But this idea that Ohio State's a quad 1 win,
that's ridiculous.
And the fact that they can make the tournament's also ridiculous.
So here's the net for you. Miami's win against Clemson is 1 spot in the net away from being quad 2. And Northwestern's win over Ohio State is quad 1.
Well, and give them some context on Clemson. Where are they?
So we beat Clemson on the road, and in order for it to be quad 1, a team just has to be top 70 in the net on the road. Clemson is number 70 in the net right now.
And wait, where was this game? At Miami.
It was at Clemson.
And Clemson's one of they're leading the ACC right now.
Yeah,
right?
They're in first place in the ACC.
First place in a league that's going to get 7 teams maybe in the tournament. So not a scrub team.
No.
This is a very good team. And somehow, that's on the edge.
They're ranked. Well, I think they are maybe. No, they're still lower than Ohio State, I think, in the net.
I don't know. The net ranking is the latest ranking that the selection committee's relying somewhat on. Yeah. It's not the whole reason teams get in, but it's this supposedly comprehensive. The net matters. It's not covered because just a rando created it. They're using it to judge teams. So that's what we're talking about, this ranking system.
It's bad.
What does it take into account?
A lot of stuff. Offensive and defensive efficiency, turnover rate, rebounding rate, tempo, all sorts of stuff. It just chugs up a whole bunch of stats and throws it into a computer.
Which, I mean, on paper, I don't know. On paper, it makes sense. But it's obviously flawed.
There's something to be said about a team winning ugly, though. You get no points in the net for winning ugly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So a team that doesn't necessarily score all that efficiently or defend that well, but is able to win games at the end, they get the job done. Yeah, those teams it doesn't matter how many games they win, they'll never be inside the top 40, 50.
Yeah. Which is why the net doesn't matter except for getting in and seeding. So it matters a lot. Right. But if you're a team that's safely in, I would say who cares about the net? Just watch how your team's trending.
Yeah.
You don't need a computer to tell you the weaknesses. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the net's
it's crazy stuff.
And it's relatively new, right? A few years?
Yeah, like 3 years or something now.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think of any other. Oh, I don't know. It's up to you. We could talk about the NBA. There's obviously.
I have that on my thing here. Big NBA trade deadline. So I got it. I got it starred.
Start? No, start it right now. Start it.
Start it?
Yeah, do it.
Kevin Durant is a Phoenix Sun.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that was I like the announcement. Biggest news of the whole cycle, I guess you could call it. Is the deadline, did it already pass?
Yeah, it passed.
Yesterday, I guess. So, NBA teams cannot trade anymore. But, the Phoenix Suns, the team that kind of always has been kind of a tragedy to the city of Phoenix, they're relevant again after they choked in the not choked, after they lost in the finals. I remember.
We had this debate the other day. Did they choke or did they just lose?
A late night talk.
Tough to say. It's in between.
Yeah. And the Suns now have one of the best starting fours in the NBA.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting five. You could include starting five.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They don't have a fifth man.
TJ Warren.
Yeah, okay. He's as good as
he's not bad.
Guy next door. But
our neighbors are women, so.
Well, yeah, we're talking about the NBA.
You said they're as good as the guy next door.
In the NBA, the guy next door. The guy next door would be me, and that would be pitiful to watch. I would never. Anyway, the point being that the Suns had Chris Paul, out of his prime, still Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton, and they have some other guys, but probably good enough to be a title favorite now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah, they'll figure it out.
Yeah. What is... Okay, we had some comments.
We have a lot of. We should just ignore them.
Well, but some of them don't need to be ignored. Funeral notice to Luka in the Western Conference Finals. Big boy getting his ass kicked by KD. That's wishful thinking. I think Booker needs to be more. Booker's going to have to deal with him, not Kevin Durant. So,
that's a good point.
Booker kind of got exposed, but they were both kind of mouthy.
I would say it's more the Memphis Grizzlies that are sad than the Mavericks.
Because now they're just kind of
almost. Well, I don't know. I just think there's too much star power now. I don't know if the Grizzlies could get it. I think the Mavericks are fine. I mean, they have Luka, they got Kyrie.
Oh yeah,
they'll be fine.
No, I'm not. No, that's the thing. It's wishful thinking because they're not going to be an easy team to beat at all.
No, definitely not.
Now the Suns have the capability for sure.
Oh yeah.
Will they do it? Who knows?
Right.
I don't get this comment. You don't also.
I told you we don't have to read those. They don't make sense.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was mumbling. I'm trying to read a comment that I couldn't comprehend, so I'm not gonna.
There's a lot of incomprehensible stuff down there.
People wanting buttons unbuttoned.
That doesn't sound right at all.
That's what it says.
Imagine when they're listening on the Spotify for that.
We're talking about Instagram comments on the Instagram Live, listeners. Thank you.
Also, it's a shirt button. Just putting that out there.
Good. That was wise. Yes. Let's keep this very clean. It was a shirt.
All right. I feel like we've gotten to the point where we're no longer discussing anything of value towards basketball. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just a thing.
Yeah. Super Bowl this weekend. someone's trashing the 49ers. We won't name him in the chat. Yeah, Eagles versus Chiefs. Kelsey, who like to talk smack against the Eagles.
Kelsey against Kelsey.
That's true. I was talking about Kelsey on the Chiefs.
Brother against brother. Also, brother against brother.
Oh, jeez. Yes.
What? That's what they're saying.
That's kind of cute, yeah.
That's what people are saying.
No, I know. I've seen it. As you can tell, I kind of shake my head at it, but yes. And the reason they're saying that, for people that like or don't know, the first Super Bowl with 2 starting quarterbacks who were black, right?
Yeah.
So, historic.
Which is pretty crazy. There's been a lot of good quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah. No, that is worth mentioning. Yeah. No, I'm glad he made that comment. Otherwise, I wouldn't have said.
If Tom Brady wasn't so good, they probably would have happened several times before.
Oh, yeah.
He's always
probably
taking people out. So,
yeah. Brady's gone.
Yeah.
That's NFL news. That was NBA. And anything else on the free agency? I mean, we mentioned Kyrie to the Mavs.
Kyrie to the Mavs, KD to the
Westbrook
Suns.
is out of the Lakers.
D'Angelo Russell to the Lakers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I was talking about Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
It was the same trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is interesting, though. I haven't even thought about that.
Westbrook's my guy, and he might never win a title. That's kind of sad if you're a Westbrook fan, which we're limited.
I guess we could also talk about LeBron and his record.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Or we could just ignore it because no one cares.
It got mentioned in the comments, too.
I know. Sad stuff.
So,
well, it didn't really get mentioned in the comments.
You will never be on the same page as Kareem, right? That's his original name. Yeah, LeBron broke the all-time scoring record for an NBA player, beating out Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Pretty big deal, to say the least. I don't know if you need to have a whole press conference after it happens.
During the game. Yeah.
During the game, the quarter wasn't over.
During the game, there's like 50 media personnel on the court taking pictures and interviews.
And LeBron takes the mic, and Silver took the mic, and it was like a press conference.
LeBron takes the mic, throws an F-bomb out to all the little children. And, leaves the floor and promptly gets beat by 20, mind you.
Yeah, but he probably won't see another LeBron James to us.
Hopefully not.
Put it mildly. This guy doesn't like him, but as a player, pretty special.
I respect him. I just don't like him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm glad we mentioned that. We have, I guess, a Kareem fan in the chat. That's interesting. But yeah, maybe we leave it there. We've been all over the place. But
feels great, baby.
Yeah, Jimmy G's slogan. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Good week of college basketball. We're getting close to March, so maybe start paying attention now.
Selection Sunday, right around the corner.
It is a national holiday.
Yep.
So,
all right. Peace out.
Yeah, peace.
No, I gotta push the button.
Here's my camera. I was gonna touch screen the laptop.